Evilcrossover back with another reaction, and this is not what we voted for. We got the MAGA peeps ready to say what's on their mind. We're gonna get into it. Before we do so, smash that like, hit them follows, share this video out. Let me know in the comments, are you a MAGA supporter? If so, are you okay with Trump's reign? How you feeling about it? Let me know. Let's get into it.
I voted for Trump twice, and this is so bad. Everything that he campaigned on, he has gone against and put up blockade after blockade.
That's how they feeling, huh?
Trump meme coin, World Liberty Finance, Epstein files, Jersey drones.
Oh my God.
Bombing Iran the first time, going to war with Iran, regime change, Venezuela, regime change, Cuba, regime change, Greenland.
Do I keep going? What about grocery prices? What about gas prices? All these different things, guys. And when we talk about this year, Trump's
Grocery prices, man. Are we able to afford groceries? Are you able to afford groceries? Let me know, man.
approval ratings have plummeted within this year alone, between 36 and 39% amongst adults, and reaching as low as 26%. And so many of his voters, so many people of this entire side of the political scale are saying this is not what we voted for. So many people said no new wars. They don't want any of this stuff. They don't like. I ultimately, and I sit back and think about this decision. What is the point? How do we even get here? And why did we even, are we even in this position in the first place?
Yeah,
but I got a full video of MAGA supporters talking about this whole situation. But before we dive any deeper, guys, I even had to do a little bit more research, because I was like, I remember last year. Do y'all remember? President Obama, he negotiated a deal with Iran for nuclear weapons.
Prevent Iran from obtaining a nuclear weapon by increasing breakout time. Iran agreed to reduce its enriched uranium stockpile. International Atomic Energy Agency has granted authority to monitor nuclear facilities. So look at all that stuff.
However, President Trump decided to try to put that deal and get rid of it because he wanted his own deal. He wanted something without President Obama's name on it. Now we are in the position that we are in now. And that deal was to prevent Iran from obtaining a nuclear weapon by increasing breakout time, the time needed to produce enough fissile material for a bomb, to at least 12 months, guys. That was the deal. That was the deal that President Obama had. Man. But now we are back in the situation.
Let's see what this MAGA
we're back at
says
square
here.
one because of ego at this point.
All right, so we attack Iran. Everyone knows that. Everyone's seen it. The only people that this really benefits, it's not us. We benefit absolutely nothing from attacking Iran. The people that benefit from this is Israel.
Yep.
They're the ones who wanted it. They are the ones who have the blackmail on all of the important people in the United States to make this happen.
Yep.
And now it's happened. We didn't need to. Do you really think those negotiations fell apart, or did we back out of them?
Yep.
This is what Iran's wanted this entire time, is to get us into another war. And it's happened so many times. 9/11, the false flag attacks on one of our ships to try and get us into yet another war. It's always been them. I think everyone pretty much knows that. Yep. But, unfortunately, I'm a Christian, and there are a lot of other Christians out there that are still, gung-ho for Israel for no freaking reason at all, because they have this twisted idea in their brains that we have to do or die by Israel because they claim that the Bible says so in Genesis 12:3. So Genesis 12:3, it's, it says, those who curse you will be cursed. Those who bless you will be blessed. Something like that. That's not talking about the nation of Israel, dude. The nation of Israel as it exists today is not through the grace of God in 1948. It is through political Zionism. And that's why the nation of Israel exists as it does today. Okay? all my fellow Christians out there that sit there and say, oh, we have to stand by Israel with everything that we have. Can I ask you why you think that? Because the Bible doesn't support that. When God is talking to Abraham in Genesis 12:3, and he says, those who bless you and your descendants will be blessed, those who curse you and your descendants will be cursed. He's talking about Abraham's descendants. Who comes from the line of Abraham? Jesus does. Okay, so he's saying those who bless you and your descendants. So he's saying that the line of Abraham, eventually leading up to Jesus Christ himself, because Jesus, again, comes from the line of Abraham. So we owe nothing to that established political Zionist, secular, Ashkenazi Jewish nation of Israel.
Hey, and this is the sentiment of what a lot of people are saying. And of course, now that a lot of people supported the president and this MAGA movement, now you also have this new sentiment that is forming throughout the whole. It's going viral. All right, let's check this out.
Yeah.
Hi, MAGA. All the MAGAs out there, all the true patriots out there. We actually have something for you guys that you guys could really show us how patriotic you are right now,
That's
right?
what he says.
Find your local branch, right? For the military.
Yeah.
Go tell them how passionate you are, how patriotic you are to fight for this country, right? Sign up. Take the ASVAB, right? I know some of you guys probably...
Yo, he's right. You guys are amped up about this. Go ahead. Get in there. Get in there.
You do not have the IQ or the knowledge to score high enough, but go take the ASVAB, right? And tell them that you want to be on front lines, right?
Yeah.
Go show us
Get
how
in there.
patriotic you are right now in Iran.
Get in that war.
I really would love to see it. This is your time to shine. And don't forget, America first.
And this is what a lot of people are saying all over the internet, of course. And it is a lot of sarcasm in it, right? It's not like, whatever.
America first. God bless America. He said, yo, y'all ready? Y'all all about it, right? Get in there. Go fight for the country, bro. I bet not.
But a lot of people are being affected by this. This is the reality. And it sucks because, you have a lot of military that are being deployed over to, overseas. You have a lot of people that are, I thought there were going to be no new wars, right? I thought that's what Trump said. He said no new wars. He got all these deals negotiated.
Yeah, deals all negotiated. No wars. But we out there. It's wars. All our American people, right? Find these wars. If you're also about it, get in there.
All these different things within his first year, but now we're gearing up to go over. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. But yes, of course, if you guys continue to support him, 100%, go line up. Go line up. This is, if you guys are so strong on it, go line up. Because what are we talking about right now? Why are we even in this position in the first place?
On this before and after edition of FAFO, Tennessee State Representative Susan Lynn on November 7th left this post for Donald where it says the following: Dear President, I want to take a minute to say thank you. Regardless of the outcome of this election, you deserve my gratitude. Thank you for not plunging my son and daughter-in-law into another war. Thank you for walking through hell and back for the American people. Thank you for doing it for free. Thank you for working through the night while my family was tucked safely in bed.
It wasn't for free. He made a lot of money, billions of dollars during his presidency, but let's keep going.
Thank you for standing strong and staring adversity in the face. Thank you for keeping God in the country I love. Thank you for not backing down when the weight of the world was against you. Thank you for putting your family in the line of fire when you didn't have to. Thank you for standing up for women. Thank you for not being a politician. Thank you for being raw and even sometimes too much. Thank you for standing up for the unborn. Thank you for caring about the little guy. Thank you for working harder than any president in my lifetime ever has. Thank you for your service to this country.
Wow.
You were part of some of the greatest days of my life. Thank you, win or lose, I am a fan. You have fulfilled every promise you have made to me, and for that, I am thankful. May God always bless you and your family, for most of a grateful nation. Thank you. Well, let's see how Susan's doing now. Because just a few short hours ago, she writes the following: Please pray for our troops. And if you'd be so kind, especially remember to pray for my son and his family. He was called up and deployed this morning. We do not know where. Yeah, so back in 2020, she was praising Donald for not getting her son and daughter-in-law in war, and now underneath Donald, her son may be actually going into a war since he's deployed.
Yeah, and a lot of those accounts,
See what happens.
my sisters
There
are
you go,
coming out. I
Susan.
think it's real though. A lot of them have been like exposed as bot accounts or whatever the case is. But yes, it sounds like that is a real
Seems
account.
real.
Now you have true families, true people, true Americans who are now suffering as a result of this,
Yeah,
guys.
all of
This
a
is
sudden.
just, it's just ridiculous.
Now your son got to go in there.
Today is my rest day. After my slow 10 miles yesterday. But the only thing I can do is get outside. Find some fresh air. And pray for peace.
Her son basically is deployed right now. Hence what you say. My son is U.S. Army. He is in deployment in the Middle East. She says, I am not okay. He is okay, but I am not because of the people and all the things that are going on right now.
He's headed over there. And there was not supposed to be any wars, right?
Overseas.
I was told that if I voted for Kamala Harris in 2024, terrible things would happen. Grocery prices would go through the roof. Nobody'd be able to fucking afford anything. And we'd be at war within a year. And it looks like they were right. I voted for Kamala Harris in 2024. 77 million of you window-licking, bigoted pieces of shit. We're not smart enough to do the same. And now, grocery prices are through the roof. Nobody can fucking afford anything. And we all just watched a demented septuagenarian do his best Lord Farquaad impression, talking about some of you may die, as he drags us into a war that is, by his own admission, without congressional approval.
Some of you
So
may
I ask
die.
you this today, MAGA. How you fucking feeling? Hope all you MAGA chuds that never shut the fuck up about he's the president of peace and we can't have a woman president, she might start a war on her time of the month, are ready to go die in the Middle East for a president who started a war so we'd all forget that he's best friends with a bunch of fucking pedophiles. Excellent work, dumb fuck. I'll leave you with a quote from the president that you love to support. Our president will start a war with Iran because he's completely unable to negotiate. He's weak and ineffective. I tell you to think on that, but you have clearly been spared the burdens of intelligence. So instead, I'm going to tell you to get
spared the burden of intelligence.
And the thing is,
this guy
that
is
quote
great.
was from when Trump was talking about President Obama. He was saying he would go to work and whatever. Anyways, let's dive deeper.
I'm so disgusted with this administration, with so many of the people who I knew personally, who looked me in the face over many years, told us that this was things they believed. Joke's on me for believing them. And I also, I'm really terrified about where this brings us, not just in terms of the region. Think about where we are. This country is now at war with Iran, embroiled in a full-blown regional conflict with no congressional authorization, no debate. How many times did we say over the last preceding years? 90% of Americans had no idea any of this was happening. Carrier strike groups that were on there were there. Many of them are waking up, and all they have is a Twitter video released by the president at 2 a.m. As of right now, the president is not scheduled to make any public remarks. That is how much contempt that they have for all of us, is that they don't have to explain their actions. They can launch this war completely of choice. Our Congress is a joke, absent for Ro Khanna. Everybody in the Democrat and the Republican Party who, even remotely is upset about this is like, but what about the process? Will anybody think of the process and of the strategic end? There's no strategic end game. Trump said it. It's about regime change.
Unfortunately, there will not be any consequences, because if y'all didn't see anything, I watched the State of the Union address from Trump, and it was one of the most embarrassing things I probably have ever seen in my entire life, and I never seen anything like that, ever. It was truly, one side was clapping the entire time, no matter what they said. It was just clapping, USA, USA, USA. And no matter what, whether it's right or wrong or whatever, it was all the time bad. And, pointing the fingers and say, oh, Democrats, see, you didn't do this. And Democrats, or you see, they don't stand and clap for me. They will do it regardless of what they say, because, of course, they have majority of the office right now. They control the House, the Senate, and the White House. So ultimately, What are we talking about? I get it. It sucks. It's the reality. That is why it's so important that people show up for these midterms. And pretty much now you also have Americans that are also stuck in the Middle East because of all this.
My name is Shekinah Lee, 26 years old. I'm from Chicago. I'm currently in Dubai. I'm in a parking shelter. We've received so many emergency alerts. We've seen the missiles with our own 2 eyes. We've heard the explosions. Crazy. I don't know exactly what's happening, but I know that for people who are staying on the Palm Jumeirah like me, we are currently taking shelter. So I just wanted to give you all this update for people back home that may not know what's going on. Trump, thanks again for nothing. You get out of America and you still are affected by his foolery. It's like overwhelming at this point. However, we're safe right now. It's hot. I mean, it's hot. And so thanks for...
You can't even enjoy Dubai. You've seen all these bombs go by.
Yeah, and there are people all over the world who are dealing with this. Of course, you think about what the propaganda is now. There are also people and channels talking about, oh, Iranians are celebrating. Iranians are so happy for this whole situation, and we captured another dictator. Guys, what does Iran have anything to do with the United States right now, aside from the nuclear deal that they were talking about? That got crumbled up and ripped up by the president. What does Iran have anything to do with it? I don't care if they're celebrating. I truly don't. What happened to dealing with the things that are right now within the country as we speak? But that, of course, that's not the goal. That's not what people are talking about. That's not what the situation is. It's all about ego and blackmail. Of course, I'll say it. I don't care at this point. It is what it is. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this within the comment section below.
Yeah, man. Ego, all that good stuff, man. I don't know. We're gonna see what's gonna happen here. And God bless America. Make sure we like, share, subscribe, hit them follows, turn on all notifications. And I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.